everyone, so this is the Final Fantasy V event. I'm a little bit behind, the Banner 2s are already out, but I thought I'd still do them separately because maybe some people would like to look at the first banner specifically. I kind of like the format this way anyway, so hopefully you guys don't mind. I'll bring out the second banner relatively soon, so if you're thinking about drawing on that one, if you haven't done so already, then I'll obviously bring it out probably later today or tomorrow. So let's check out the banner overall. So first we have Krile's OSB Stardust Rod. This one is pretty noteworthy due to the deals more damage for each fire attack the user has dealt. So obviously this will go pretty well with a BSB, following up with that with a lot of her secondary abilities, then following up with this. Kind of did the same thing with Squall's BSB too, kind of juggle around the BSB and also the OSB. If you want that huge burst of damage, this will give you the bigger burst of damage because of that effect. Also gives the synergy bonus for Sid missions. Okay, Mimicked Rod. This one's fairly interesting. Small boost of water damage, take it as you will. This isn't a synergy effect, so that's pretty awesome. Deals 6 magic, water, and non-elemental attacks to all targets. Temporarily infuse the user with power of water. That also is pretty awesome. Burst abilities: mimic the previous ally's action, effective for most actions. So mimic style attacks, pretty sexy. The more times Way of Mimic is used, the shorter the delay, up to 11 times. So you kind of need to experiment with that yourself if you did draw specifically for this BSB, but I advise not to, because obviously Cloud's next sword is fucking broken as hell, and I don't think it is actually come back in Japan. Maybe in one of the fests it has, but I don't think it has actually. And this one is actually pretty useful, but you have to keep in mind that his attack is pretty shit. So mainly in mage parties this will be the most effective. 6-star magic attacks would be awesome. So in Famous Waterworks, the second one, deal 4 magic, water, and non-elemental attacks to one target. Also noteworthy, this doesn't work with like fucking OSBs, or else that would be really broken. Wouldn't be broken, but it would be fairly top tier. And it'll be pretty fun as well. God, that would be hell fun if it did. Okay, Grand Helm. So they're pretty much giving Barts all these elements. So this one's water. 8 physical water and non-elemental attacks to one target. Temporarily infuse the user with the power of water. And then we have these burst abilities. I think it's a pretty niche thing to do with Bart's, giving him so many elements, because he is the caster of all elements. Well, actually I haven't played Final Fantasy V, so I wouldn't know. But his burst abilities deal physical damage to one target, temporarily lower its attack a large amount, and temporarily raise the user's attack a large amount. So pretty much the steel power there. And with the extra damage, Spellblade Torrent. Thought about downloading movies for a second. Deal 4 physical water and non-elemental attacks to one enemy. So nothing too flash about this one. So things to note, this one's a thief, and this thief type, and this one's a spellblade type. So depending if you want, there's a record material which increases damage of spellblade, so this could be pretty useful. This one, obviously you would do the thief ability first and then follow up with a lot of spellblades to do the maximum amount of damage, and then maybe play around with his OSB as well. His OSB is pretty nice, but fortunately he doesn't give the extra damage as well with his OSB, like a synergy bonus or a bonus effect. But it has so many elements, and of course it has lower damage than other OSBs, which is fair enough. Azura's Rod. So this is the one that you want to follow up with the OSB. Got this off a lucky draw, fairly lucky. AoE 6 fire, infuse the user with power of fire, which is awesome. Again, and fire, man, and elementals, really nice stuff. Deal 4 magic, fire, and non-elemental attacks to one target. It's moderate chance to interrupt spending actions. Interrupt is fairly good, I guess, in a lot of situations. Can't really hurt. Really nice with a mage, actually, because usually you would think of physical characters using this effect. Interruption. Deal 2 magic, fire, and non-elemental attacks to all targets with a small chance to slow them. Probably never use this. Maybe very, very little. A small chance, actually. A very small chance. Mimick's Cap's exact same effect as Onion Knight without the actual burst abilities. But hey, you can't really hurt in Sid missions, right? So pretty nice as well. Beast Killer, I still wouldn't be unhappy if I got that Relic. Mimic is a fairly fun character to use, I guess. Beast Killer, Oh man, I saw this animation where the little skunk is like humping the enemy. It's pretty funny. Deal 8s. Or was it humping? No, it farted on the enemy. That's right. I think it farted. Or like, you know, the skunk thingy that it does. Like the spray thing, right? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what a skunk does. I actually haven't seen a skunk in real life. Okay, let's continue on. Deal 8 summoning magic and non-elemental attacks to one target, reduce the offensive magic casting time of all allies for 3 turns. It's an effect that's kind of badish. I wish it had Haste Dagger as well, but for a mage team you may use it. With Krile, I'd probably just, if I had a BSB, I'd just use a BSB and totally ignore this. Haste Dagger is good enough. Once I have Haste Dagger, then I'm kind of all set for a BSB. So definitely, if you have a BSB or something, then use that instead. Super Soul Break, if you just have that alone, it's fine. Same with Excalibur. I'd barely use this, but defense of moderate amounts can be pretty useful. I did use Cypher's resistance up because magic can hurt like a motherfucker. Physical attacks, not too much because there are things that you can avoid it. Use a mage party, power breakdown, and all that good stuff. But with magic, it can be pretty hectic. Usually magic, you don't come across physical attacks that often, but in Ultimate Fights, well, you do, but it doesn't really hurt that badly. Mace of Zeus, restore a large amount of HP to all allies, temporarily raise the resistance of moderate amounts. We have this if you did draw for this banner, you have this instead of Excalibur anyway. But Excalibur, fairly a lot of people have that relic, mainly because of Keeper's Choice, yeah? Okay, but this one is pretty useful. Medica for 5. If you don't have a Medica for 5, I guess. Yochi's Bow. God, hate this one, but it is a good effect. I just hate it because I've got like an 8-star of this one now. Temporarily lower their attack and magic a large amount, and it's AoE. Can't really go wrong with this one as a support. Really useful throughout. Even good still. Still really, really good, actually. Because you can follow up with power breakdown at the stacks. So overall, this banner is okay. Like I said, I'll definitely say for the Final Fantasy VII banner, like, unless you really, really need synergy for 5, which I don't think many people actually do. 5 is a fairly common realm now. You see it so often, especially for, like, lucky draws or something like that. You usually get at least one Final Fantasy V relic somewhere, which is pretty good. Okay, so let's do the 100 gem draw. Sorry, I'm kind of ranting on. Man, if I get a 5-star for this, it'll be 3 times in a row that I get a 5-star. So come on, Mog, give me a 5-star. Oh no. Just give me a 3-star. Okay. So that's it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this relic review. Like I said, definitely save up. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, there's the Fest, which is coming soon, I guess. No news of that yet. No news of what relics will be on the banners, but has a fuck ton of banners. I mean, fuck ton of relics on the banners, but I don't know. I expect that I'll have a lot of dupes on them, so I don't expect myself to draw for all of them. But we'll see. Anyway, see you guys later. Hope you have a good one. Peace out.